always fun when you do actually remember the thing. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of BoomJamGaming with Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro. So, fun fact. I do, in fact, remember the cheat codes. Well, I remember a cheat code for this game. I don't remember all of them, but I remember the two that we're going to be using right now. Well, I had to look one up, but I actually remembered the other. And that's fun. I like remembering things. So, first things first. Gotta make sure that our stuff is good. It's looking like everything's okay. I just had lunch.
That was technically your breakfast.
Yeah, it was technically my breakfast. Popeyes. But it's Popeyes. Shout out if you want to do a brand deal. Here I am.
Those fucking wings.
Oh, I still have it labeled as episode 1. Thank you. I knew I did something wrong. Okay, I've fixed that, so it is good going forward. Now, we're going to enter 2 codes right now. The first is to unlock everything so we can see the other comic covers, because I enjoy that. No, you know what? No, we're not going to enter that one yet. We'll do that at the end. We'll do the what if mode first. And the code is sort of very narcissistic. It's V-Visions, because Vicarious Visions made the game. Or, of course,
Excelsior!
Okay. So now we have what if mode active. We've chosen Captain Universe.
Captain Universe, powered by the Enigma Force.
We'll be doing the Captain Universe costume for this run through, because I'm not dealing with this game again. I'm not dealing with it the same way.
It's like at least leftover.
Yeah. I'm dealing with as little of this as possible.
Beast, what's got you bounding about? Not a sentinel attack, I hope.
Greetings, my web-slinging compatriot. I notice perchance your...
I hate Beast's dialogue. God, it's annoying. Performance is not that great either.
I wonder if they rent or own. Spider sense tingling.
But how is your spider sense tingling? There's nothing to tingle. So we have unlimited webbing, our strength is doubled, and we are invincible. We're gonna look around, because we found 2 freaking comic book covers the first time through this game, and I don't understand how that's possible. Like, we didn't find comic book covers until almost the end of the game, and I'm just like, but where are they? I thought I made a thorough accounting of, like, every building. But we're also going to be speeding through this game this time around, because I want to get to the movie game. Now, quick question. Do we want me to play the movie game through with the regular suit, or do we want to skip straight to the Alex Ross suit? Because I'll do that, because it also changes the appearance of the Green Goblin.
I don't think those were tourists.
Yep. Yeah, right? Now that I've, like, seen, like, good examples of Spider-Man's, like, true strength, I'm just like, I feel like the double strength suits are the ones that are just being closer to honest. Although, as a little kid, I think I mentioned it in the previous one, as a little kid I was confused, because this game was like, double strength, but every time I carry a big object, it still looks like I'm struggling. And now, like, as an adult, I'm like actually like reading it, and I'm like, oh, that says double attack strength very clearly. I just, as a kid, was ignoring that part.
I'm already at full health.
No, it's PS2. It's the movie game for the next one. So, what we'll do is we'll gladly, I'll do it with the Alex Ross mode on, just so we can get that, because I only plan on playing through that game twice. Once as Spider-Man, once as Green Goblin, so that we can get the full experience that the game has to offer. It's just I like the Alex Ross suit better. So, I'd rather play with it. Besides, we saw the Alex Ross suit in this game. It wasn't that bad. Now, for a very fair game, I have played this game through with double strength, double jump, and double web swing. Because I feel like that's closer to how Spider-Man actually operates. But I think the experience of these games would actually be Spider-Man 1, but with Spider-Man 2's costumes.
You won't get far with that Spidey tracer on him.
Right, we're skipping these because we already seen this stuff. We're gonna see how fast we can get through this game when I'm not dying bullshit deaths.
Those guys are up to something.
You should have called for backup!
Time to save the day. Or evening. Time to patrol. Does this look right to anyone? Lucky no one was inside. How am I gonna put out this fire? I need a lot of water.
I feel like you can only get it off when you're in range to get blasted into that.
That did it! Now to find out if there's more of them.
So, had a random thought just now about Jurassic Park of all things. If any of you have ever read the book, Now I haven't seen the movie in a while, but I distinctly don't fully remember a certain scene happening. In the book, they went into a little more
street
detail
hoops,
about
anyone?
certain things. One of those being
Set up.
that,
How original.
finding out about the whole
All of you guys against me.
Your slinging days are over!
dinosaurs being able to change sex because they have the frog DNA. And
There's more going on here than meets the eye.
one of the things in the book that I remember reading specifically was like the Jurassic Park was like tracking the number of dinosaurs, but in such a way that really all they were seeing was the numbers they expected to see, as opposed to the actual numbers. And they had to like change the algorithm to see the actual numbers, and that's when they realized, oh god, the dinosaurs have been breeding for a while. It was a whole thing.
I'm already at full health. What are they up to now? Boy, I doubt the owner's insured against... There! A little paint and Bondo should fix things here. Spider-Man 10, Nameless Thug 0. Another shout-out for yours truly. The signal from my spider tracer is growing weak. Better take to the rooftops and follow my compass.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's how I remembered it. But yeah, no, in the book they have that whole thing, and I'm like, huh. Don't know why I had that thought exactly. Some thought in my brain triggered the famous didn't ask if they whether or not they should quote in my head.
Just a little higher.
I don't know what triggered it in my head, but something did.
Not high enough.
If you look closely at the red on the mouth of his costume, I'm pretty sure that's
All right.
the web.
The signal from my Spidey tracer is stronger from up here. My compass should lead right to him.
Weakness. There we go.
Your slinging days are over!
I was wondering when we'd start seeing some of the weird what-if stuff. It's mostly bananas. This game is bananas.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Anyway, as to the title of this video, I remember the discussion we were having
from up
yesterday.
here. My compass should lead
I was
right to him.
hoping our other spectator would be here, because I had a revision to turn Jedi versus Green Lanterns into a full rock paper scissors scenario. Oh, that was weird. I swore I could land on that banana. I'm gonna try again.
Please make sure your seats and tray tables are in their full and upright positions.
Yep, this banana's just gonna take us straight past this level.
Don't look down. Don't look down.
Just like that blimp in the first game. Don't know why it's a banana though.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be careful gathering your carry-on baggage as items in the overhead compartments may have shifted during flight. These guys are bent on stopping. Thank you for traveling, Air Spidey.
Truly ridiculous what just happened there. What was I saying? Ah, yes.
Whew, that's all of them. Now to find that motorcycle.
So for a true rock, paper, scissors scenario, I thought to myself, I think that Voldemort can beat Palpatine. If Voldemort's quick enough on the draw, I don't think there's anything Palpatine can do to stop him. Because Voldemort has a kill move. However, I think that kill move does not work on Green Lanterns because of the nature of how the Green Lantern ring can block energy. But I also posited that Jedi can beat Green Lanterns. So
You're being followed.
Jedi can beat Green Lanterns, Green Lanterns can beat Wizards, Wizards can beat Jedi.
I've got something
That is the rock, paper, scissors that I'm positing. It's the thing that makes the most sense to me. Wow.
With all this space to maneuver, I can't lose.
Get him!
Those boxes make great projectiles. None of you guys can reach the ceiling, can you?
You're dead, do-gooder!
All eyes on me. Oh, I feel special. How many of these guys are there?
Did he not see me?
Look at me go.
Your slinging days are over! You should have called for backup!
Can't be too many of them left.
Yep. Interesting how there are no comics in this building at all. Again, it's like, where the heck are they all?
He's all mine! He's all mine!
Hope you guys have Galactus hidden somewhere. I'm already at full health.
Just gotta find this last guy.
I think there's one more left.
You should have called for backup!
What, no more?
Speaking of Star Wars, I was looking into Star Wars 5e, and I did find my old West End books.
You're gonna tell me everything you know.
And honestly, if I'm gonna run Star Wars, I think I'm gonna run West End.
I thought you'd say that.
I feel like the 5e is a fun conversion, but I don't think
You know, I've never
that it
really suspended a
quite
man like this
gets the
before.
full-
I hope this web line holds.
Okay.
it doesn't get the full scale of Star
Said
Wars.
something about an airfield. Hangar
Basically, it makes
18.
lightsabers way
It's
too
all I
weak.
know, I
It makes
swear.
blasters way too
Now
weak.
there's a
because
good
it's-
thug. You see? You're not as dumb as you
It's
look.
just a Star Wars coat of paint over the standard collection of 5e equipment.
Get up, wall crawler. I'm not done beating on you yet.
Shocker! Nice to see you too.
Ooh, you like that, huh? Well, hold still, cause you're gonna love this.
And like I know that the 5e like the
Those anger management classes are
the
really
Dungeon
paying
Master's
off.
Guide like selection
Now,
of
now,
modern
Mr.
firearms
Krabby Pants.
has received some criticism
Fight like a man.
for being too a little OP, but like compared to medieval weaponry, modern firearms are in fact OP. That's kind of the point. And I understand like needing game balance, but I feel like that's overcorrecting in the
Better
wrong
beat Shocker
direction.
quickly.
Fight
So,
like a mad bug.
I feel like if I were to run Star Wars 5e, it would be too much work for me to make everything as strong as I think it needs to be. Because, like, the smallest lightsaber is a D6, the strength of a short sword. And, like, I see the explanations. It's all like, oh, well, HP doesn't have to actually mean wounds taken. And I'm like, sure, but items.
I believe that's all the
Items
time we
have
have for
hit
today.
points, you know?
I think we made some real
Objects have
progress
hit
today,
points.
Shocker. I really do.
And if you're
Hey,
telling me that,
when you
like,
get to prison, remember
a
to share your
lightsaber doesn't
feelings with the
immediately
group, okay?
eradicate like a wooden door, then we have a problem. Like, we see lightsabers can cut through can cut through
Let's
anything.
see. What was it that
Pretty
Doug
much.
said? Hangar 18, right?
Like-
There's a Hangar 18 at the airfield. I don't need pointy ears and a cape.
Like there's in episode 1, Qui-Gon's cutting through a blast door, and I'm like, what can a blast door be except a door that's made to like weather explosions, but the lightsaber's cutting through it just fine. So if you're telling me the lightsaber does a D6 when I know for a fact that a lightsaber's putting out as much or
Looks
more
like someone's
damage
hired
than
some
like a
serious muscle.
fireball, because that's the closest thing to an explosion we have in 5e is a fireball. Like that door is made to withstand fireball, and the lightsaber's cutting through it.
There's Spider-Man. Arm the bomb.
I
and clear
understand
out.
that, you know, game balance is a thing. I get that. But
A bomb!
there's other ways
Something
to
this
do
size
it
could
than
take
to
out a
just
whole
make it a
city
short
block.
sword, you know what I'm saying?
Better find the mercenaries and figure out how to turn it off.
The lightsaber's supposed to be like the most powerful weapon in the
That
galaxy.
bomb had slots that looked like they
Anyway.
were made for keys.
It's a
If I
big
can
deal.
find them, I can probably disarm the bomb.
Banana peels everywhere. It's like, is the what if mode just bananas? Did I not remember that? I mean, sure, the boxes turned into Christmas presents and the barrels turned into it was essentially a Spider-Man themed Campbell's can, but
Anyone looking for a blue key? I can't carry any more cartridges.
passed by a bunch of dudes. I can't find them. I don't see them now.
One down, 3 to go.
Hey,
Somebody heavy.
Thanks. I always wanted a red key.
The modern games have spoiled me somewhat. I miss wall running. Seriously, where are they? I didn't fight anyone on the way over. For the express purpose of finding these guys easier.
That's 2. We're halfway there.
Living a dream.
This neighborhood's a maze.
Is it? Are we gonna have a stupid death because I can't find anybody? Is that what's happening right now?
Hey, you didn't need this green key, did you?
No, man.
All right, the yellow key.
That's pretty funny. You didn't need this green key, did you? Nah, man. Very nice. Looks like there's banana peels all over, and that's so far the bulk of what we've seen from the What If mode. I thought there was going to be bigger changes. I remembered that it wasn't as many as the first game.
3 magical keys.
But I thought it'd be more. Like I said, this game is just a disappointment from top to bottom.
Looks like my hunch was right.
Don't give a shit about your hunch. We're gonna find out just how short this freaking game is.
I'd be harder to spot on those lampposts.
Sure you would.
Adding this freon to my webbing should make it freeze, just like ice.
Oh, we can't actually do the web yank with the freon.
It's 3 down, 3 to go.
You should have called for backup!
Basically just throwing chunks of ice at them at high speeds. There's that tree that doesn't render in properly.
Whoa!
Okay, here we go. The shittiest
That
level.
plane's out of control. Maybe I
bulb.
can use my webbing to stop it. The plane is gonna blow if I don't clear a path for it.
Good thing I'm invincible.
Please make sure your seats and tray tables are in their full and upright positions.
Wait, did they just reuse that dialogue?
Rise and shine, Captain. Okay, now that the pilot's safe, I have to get to that helicopter. I just hope whoever's behind this isn't one of those island base in the middle of nowhere types.
Absolute nonsense.
The signal from my Spidey tracer is getting weaker. I better...
Oh, there's one thing I forgot to do. Excuse me while I black out the screen for a moment. I did a foolish thing. I forgot to update this. Oops. Every time. No, I guess I was right the first time on that. Oh, that's what it is. There we go. I have screwed that up before. It's a thing I
Move
do.
before I lose it completely.
It's not that they used it twice. That was the exact same voice line being used twice. Like there was no effort.
You're dead, do-gooder! Get him!
Oh, the one instance of spider armor in the whole game. Oh, there's a comic.
I can't carry any more cartridges. Haha, look what I found.
So much of this game is
Can't
either
carry
hurrying
any
you
more
forward
cartridges.
or slowing you way down.
The old trusty Spidey armor.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I'm coming across harsh, but really it's the conditions. It's the conditions they had to work under that made this whole mess, right? Like they were screwed.
Wonderful.
Damn it. Like they just didn't, does he have an 8-pack? No, it's a 6-pack. It's just moving funny.
Rocket launchers.
Like Kylo
a little
Ren has an
overkill, don't you
8-pack.
think?
You should have called for backup!
How does he move like that?
I was bitten by a radioactive spider.
The old trusty Spidey armor.
Do you feel good about all these men you're killing? Surprisingly, yes. That's the 4-time.
He's all mine.
2-time.
Get him!
So speed.
He's all mine.
Swim distance is 4.
Get him!
Just for funsies.
Get him!
It's just such a questionable game. I'd hardly call it a cash grab, because, like,
Get
I don't
him!
even think this game made all that much money. Certainly not as much as its predecessor, because it was only released on the PlayStation 1. There is no Dreamcast, there is no N64.
Your slinging days are over!
Just yank him into myself. Just wreck him. So this Spidey armor is also available in the newer Spider-Man games. Like, he's got several iterations of Spidey armor, but this is available. And that makes me happy. Because it's the original.
You're dead, do-gooder!
But it's also weird that throughout this game we found one of these, like just the one.
You should have called for backup!
Dum bum bum ba dum ba dum. Ba bum bum ba dum ba dum. Bow 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 ba dow ba dow.
Spidey's hot on the trail, and this time it looks to have led him to the train yard.
Yep. It's interesting that they made water that appears to have a reflection, but didn't give us a reflection. I feel like I fucked that up, but I also don't actually know if any of the switches I've pressed have done anything. So it's like, oh, you have to discover it.
You should have called for backup!
That didn't seem to work.
Alright. But the two middle ones are on, so...
Bingo! Good thing I've been trained for this. Hey, you get it? Trained for this? Yeah, okay. Let's move on, shall we?
Yeah, you should feel bad about that one.
Get him!
I can't carry any more cartridges.
Maybe the sounds from Tommy Tallarico Studios that they were being thanked for in this game were just the reused sound effects from the first game.
Well, as Edison said when he discovered electricity, ow!
I mean, that joke doesn't really fit there, is the problem. It's joke.
I bet all these guys are on
Spider-Man
Hammerhead's
jokes.
payroll.
This whole script feels like they were definitely...
Wonder if Hammerhead provides
tired.
his goons with medical and debt.
Like, everyone involved in this process was exhausted constantly. And I can't blame them for that.
There's gotta be a control switch here somewhere.
Now I've got Ice Web.
Come on.
Ah, this looks like the control room. Nuts! The door's jammed.
swing with frozen webbing.
A lot of guards here for the night shift. I'm all...
He just didn't say anything this time.
Come on! Your slinging days are over!
Or not. You are all of you dead.
Come on! Come on! Get him!
There's the train.
Come on!
I'm already at full health.
Get him!
Or we beat the shit out of Sandman this time.
Wait a minute here.
Let's try. Since we're invincible.
Can't miss that train.
Bananas everywhere.
I've heard about running into a brick wall, but this is ridiculous. Nothing worse than sand in my suit.
Oh, he just heals. Alright, no, we won't waste that time.
Sand in the tights. This stuff chafes.
Hold still, punk!
Can't let Sandman slow me down.
We're definitely letting Sandman slow us down.
No way am I letting you go!
Can't you find someone else to play with?
The big question I have for this game is, why
Where are you running
bananas?
Hold still, punk!
Why is everything
Can't you
bananas?
find someone else to play with?
Is it just because the banana and a tailpipe?
How many of
joke
these
in the
things do you
first one?
have?
Like, because I feel like that's a weak justification. And I get it. Their development cycle didn't leave them a whole lot of time for creativity.
Did you think you could lose me? Hold still, punk!
Peter.
On your flat! Hold still, punk! Hold still, punk! Where are you running to?
Hold still, punk!
If I can just reach that train! All aboard!
We barely made that. Sandman, speaking of which, Sandman has an interesting thing in some comics that I really like that they discontinued. Spider-Man, Renew Your Vows. It's interesting, the first self-contained story that has Sandman as an ally, but then the series that self-contained
We are
story
close
spawned
to our
off,
goal, gentlemen.
has him as a villain again. It's like the two stories take place in slightly different
Hammerhead and
versions
his
of the same
thugs.
world. It's weird.
Help me! Oh no, there's someone trapped in that elevator. I'd better find the controls. That elevator looks unstable. Better secure it somehow.
Oh hey, I don't have my spider armor anymore. That's weird.
There, that should hold the elevator. Now to free the person inside.
Because, like, we didn't die. How come I no longer have my spider armor?
Oh great, more guys with guns. Hey, who dresses you guys anyway? Hobgoblin? Uh-oh, looks like these guys have hostages. Better be careful.
Thanks, Spidey.
Uh-oh, hostages. Those goons won't see me on the ceiling.
Hey, you!
Looks like that's everyone. Now to find the next floor.
Hey, you! What are you doing? Run away! What are you doing? What are you doing?
Guess they had nothing to turn into bananas here.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Help me! Thanks, Spidey.
I'm noticing a distinct lack of bananas.
Help me!
Honestly,
They've
thought
got
I'd break
hostages
the friggin'
inside.
door open.
The door's locked. Gotta bust it open.
I guess it doesn't have any effect
Well,
on
that's the last of them.
objects,
Time to
'cause
find
if it did, you'd
Hammerhead.
probably set off a lot of explosions if you did that. Fair enough.
Better start making sense, lady. So says what?
Just 6 of you against one.
Unless that woman is Electra, then blah blah blah.
You're toast, do-gooder. Money on them.
Didn't even let him get outside.
There. I hope that holds him. Because there's still a damsel in distress that needs rescuing.
And he talked such a big game in his rambling, nonsensical speech.
Here it is, Spidey fans. The quintessential high-tech research lab. The...
Uh-oh, those robots damaged the boiler. I need to shut it down before it ruptures. What, another one? Better move fast! Ah, there's always one more, isn't there? Looks like that was the last one. Now to find out what's going on here. I can't carry any more cartridges.
That's right, this introduces the electric webbing but doesn't give it to us. To the very end of the level, when it doesn't really matter anymore.
These things are huge. I bet I can get into the rest of the complex through the air vent. But if I don't turn off those turbines, I'll be spider puree. It should be the control room. I'll need to shut down those lasers to get there.
Would you? Let's see. Okay, so we can.
I need to get all three actuators in a close pattern to turn off the lasers. The center area must be where I need to combine them.
Okay, there we go. There's some creativity with what if mode. It turned the security measure on. That's at least fun. No, I won. Bullshit. You have to win several. Oh, that's what I'm talking about right there. Is the I don't know by how much I have to win.
I bet this room controls those turbines out there. There! That did it. Now to see where those vents go. Come out to the coast. Have a few laughs.
I'm really not sure that anything set him up for that joke either.
There must be some information here about where Dr. Connors is. Let me see. Bingo! He's in the Special Projects Lab Central Tower. Looks like I need to head in that direction. The switch must be in the security room.
But how? But how do I get in the security room?
Another laser grid? Where's the trust, people? I mean, really? That takes care of the door.
It gives the electric web at the very end of the level, and it's like, come on, I wanted to, like, use it. Oh, it's a Die Hard reference. Okay, I feel foolish.
This place is gigantic. From the looks of all this electricity around me. That took care of one of them. There must be a switch for each door. Well, that seemed to do the trick.
It's been a long time
Drone
since I've seen
generators.
Die Hard, can you
Have
tell?
to take them out before they take me out. That took care of the second field.
There's some electric rubbing. Pretty out of the way.
Laser turrets. Those
It said keep away, so keep away.
Why can't these things get easier instead of harder? Maybe that terminal can give me a clue.
Maybe. Probably not.
What do we have here? Those must be heat sensors on the drones. If I can raise the heat in here to match my body temperature, I'll be invisible to their sensors. Great. This one has 3 switches and an oscillating force field. If I time my web shooters right, I should be able to fire through right when it's down. Onwards and upwards.
See, we're flying through this game now. Obviously, being invincible helps. but it's
Nice.
like-
Shaft, lasers, electric fields, huge, crushing iron doors. I can't carry any more cartridges. My hunch was right, but that turned on more defensive measures.
Being invincible rocks.
4 more to go.
Holy shit. Good job. Thanks, man. Ooh, that was close.
2 more. That does it. Now all I have to do is get to that door. Oh, great. More drones. As if there weren't enough going on in this place.
Die hard. With it. Alright, now we get to fight the lizard.
I can't fight the lizard. Not if there's a chance to bring Dr. Connors back. These containers must hold the ingredients to the antidote Dr. Connors was working on. If I combine them, I could use my web spinners to inject the lizard and bring the doc back.
Formulation Bat 1 spawning.
Oh yeah! Yeah, those walls are just as hard as I thought.
Lizard bullet.
Formulation Bat 2 spawning.
Why couldn't the doc experiment with bunny DNA? Had to be a lizard. Tell you one thing, I'm not paying for this mess.
Could you imagine if we had experimented? How insane would that be?
Formulation Bat 1 spawning.
That's not fair. He's punching me through the key. There we go.
Formulation Bat 2.
What happened to you?
Electro was here. He wanted information on the BioNexus project.
It says new pictures in the portfolio, but I don't think I ever actually checked what those were. We'll check them after. Because, like, who knows, right? Maybe it's cool. Maybe it's Maybelline. Probably it's not Maybelline. Yep, those lasers tell the drones where I am. I am the Spitterman. Oops.
Bingo! I can't carry any more cartridges. Four more to go.
Yes, we've been playing for an hour, and we're almost
3 down, 3 to go.
we're most of the way done with this game.
Two more. I think there's one more left. I think there's one more left. You wouldn't do this to War Machine, would you? Oh, come on!
Truly nonsensical.
Now what happened in here? Well, let's hope the computers came through undamaged. Bingo! I'm in! Huh. Blah, 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 yada, yada. Huh. Sapphires, huh? Oh, now I see. Where is anyone gonna get a jewel that size?
Here we go. To fight the Sandman. All the small things. Apparently that's in the oldies now. That makes me sad.
There we go. Now to find the valves.
We're ready for you this time, wall crawler.
Are we?
Great! A one-shot deal. Better get the pressure back up.
I'm gonna bury you! Gonna put your mask in my trophy case.
Got him. Hurt. There.
Nighty-night, Sandman. Looks like security's made it to the lab. I think I got what I needed anyway.
You think or you know? Spiderman, Spiderman does whatever Spider does. Spins his web like a spitter. I don't know all the words. Look out. Here comes Spider.
This is it, true believer.
Wonder what's hiding behind here. First things first, I have to take out these samurai. These samurai are suffering from red, itchy, swollen eyes. Sorry, but I must honorably decline this beating. That seems to be working. Gotta find more pieces. A strong silent type, huh? I bet the ladies love you guys.
I used to like to try and get the armor so that when I threw it, it'd be the pointy end first.
These samurai are really tough. Better find the power source so I can get out of here.
Like that.
Ow! That's smart! Swords don't do that.
It's funny that I picked that one up exactly the way I just described, and then he ruined it! Because he's a jerk.
Just a few more hits and this generator's toast.
Turndorf. What's it, the Thunder off?
Electrified swords and armor versus fists. Aw, that hardly seems fair for you guys.
But yeah, you can see when I run towards the camera. It's like, oh, there's the Spider-Man webbing. The only part that shows it, which I think is true of Spider-Man when he gets to be Captain Universe, but I'm not 100% sure. I know that Captain Universe events are rare, and they're like, I knew at least one of them that was like a fan votes who becomes Captain Universe thing.
Man, I could use some inner peace right now, but I'll settle for no more samurai.
Something like that.
What a relief. Hopefully I can find Electro, get the gem, and save Dr. Watts. Man, Spider-Man's work is never done.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Electro came this way, but this isn't the Turndorf exhibit.
At least
I need to get to the top of this exhibit, but Electro's not making it easy for me. Lightning rings! I suppose it could be worse.
I wasn't sure if it would hurt me.
My spider sense is trying to tell me something.
Is it?
Allow me to rain on your parade, wall crawler!
Got shocked twice.
My spider sense is trying to tell me something. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our tour of the Ages of Man. Next, the Pounding of Electro exhibit. Give it up, Electro. You can't find the jewel and you've lost your hostage. Even without the jewel, Electro's pretty pumped up. Better take him out quickly.
You won't stop me this time, Spider-Man. Get him! Come down from there!
No.
You are no match for me! Get him! I'll dance on your grave! Come down from there! Get away! This is only the smallest fraction of my power!
Is it?
Lasers? This exhibit comes with spaceships and death rays. Fantastic!
You're out of tricks, hero! Your webbing's a joke! Meddlesome insect! You are gonna fry to
Spiders are insects.
I'll dance on your grave!
Just get to brute force everything. It's pretty nice. It's like, I don't think he knows. I don't think he knows anything about spiders.
I have to get this someplace safe.
Alright, here we go. Time to go do Not Quite 9/11.
First, I have to disable the capacitors along the sides. If Electro doesn't flash fry me first. Electro will be unstoppable if I don't end this here and now. I have to destroy all 4 of these conductors to take out the tower.
First you, then the world!
Little busy right now, Electro. There, try recharging now, Sparky. It worked! Those generators make Electro vulnerable. Electro's invulnerable in his lightning form.
Let this be our final battle! Let this be our final battle! Let this be our final battle!
I think it's weird how sometimes it just doesn't work.
I will break you!
A lightning staff?
How does it feel, Spot-Man?
Feels fun.
How does it feel, Spot-Man?
adventure ends. Let this be our final battle. Let this be our final battle.
It's like, how do I...
You cannot stop me, Spider-Man.
How do I make him hit this thing?
Let this be our final battle.
Like, he's straight up hitting it. It's just not working. Like, am I supposed to go back here?
I'm already at full health.
Does that help something?
Let this be our final battle.
I don't fully understand what's happening here. I think the fight may have bugged, so...
Wonderful.
I'm gonna try this again.
I have to get this someplace safe while they're fighting.
Because there was no reason that shouldn't have worked, right? Like, I did what I was supposed to do. It just wasn't connecting.
Electro will be unstoppable if I don't end this here and now.
First you, then the world.
I have to destroy all 4 of these conductors to take out the tower.
First you, then the world.
Now, Electro, how am I going to destroy these if you keep attacking me like that? There, try recharging now, Sparky. First, I have to disable the capacitors along the sides. If Electro doesn't flash fry me first. Note to self, avoid electrified mines.
See? That's working.
Let's see you power up from a broken tower, Electro.
Oh, I remember something. Last time I was just so focused on not dying. But since we're invincible... My understanding was there was a comic book down here. Rather, that is where I would have put one. That's wild. That seemed so significant.
Spider-Man. First you, then the world.
Time to pour it on!
You win. Ben says, thanks for playing. I think that's the last what if thing.
What the... Now what's this all about? Ugh, I need a new agent.
Alright. So, beat that game in an hour and a half, glitches notwithstanding.
Wes Merritt's a mutant? I knew it!
It's like I don't have time for credits full of a bunch of bad in-jokes. What are we gonna do? We're gonna check out this comic collection. Moment everyone had been waiting for over 150 issues, Peter's graduation from college. As it turns out, because of being short one credit for not taking a gym class, Peter skipped. Decides to make it up over the summer and graduates in September. Poor Peter. Interesting. But also, where's the comic that we had last time? Parker's Portfolio. What is this? Ah, concept art. Oh, and this is definitely by Bagley. I can tell his style. Notice it looks a lot like Ultimate Spider-Man. At least he does. So, we're gonna get all the comic. We're gonna get all the comics because I want them. We're gonna get everything.
Excelsior!
Everything. Yeah. It's literally half the time. You're not dying pointless deaths. This is a very short game. Electro. First appearance of William Baker, the villain known as the Sandman, after a few unsuccessful attempts to take him down. Ever a genius Spider-Man traps the unstoppable Sandman using an ordinary shop vacuum. Ultimate Spider-Man #1. Spider-Man retold for modern day. What happens when web designer Peter Parker is accidentally bitten by experimental radioactive spider? Peter, now with the proportionate strengths and abilities of a man-sized spider, must learn that great power becomes great responsibility. I don't think he was a web designer. I've read these comics, and as a kid I believed it, but like, he wasn't a web designer, he was just a high schooler. Peter's wife Mary Jane is missing, or is she? Could this be an elaborate cover-up, or is Spider-Man just in denial? Peter Parker dons a familiar red and blues to find some answers, and his wife. Two of Spidey's greatest enemies, Venom and Sandman, go to war, and Spidey's caught in the middle. It's symbiote and sand everywhere, and the winner gets to take on Spidey. That's cool. And no matter who wins, the city and Spider-Man lose. Sandman ends up the loser in his battle with Venom, a fight that leaves Sandman slowly disintegrating. In one last titanic battle with Spider-Man, Sandman perishes as he literally loses his ability to hold himself together and ends up as nothing more than just so much sand. This issue, Spider-Man is his first run-in with a diabolical beetle. What stupid gloves. I forgot about those. It also stars the Human Torch, who helps Spidey take down the newly risen supervillain. Yeah, because the beetle's antics for interrupting Human Torch's date started a long-time friendship between the two superheroes and a lifetime of enmity from the Beetle. The mutant super team known as Excalibur joins Spider-Man in this adventure. The villainous Arcade will stop at nothing to revenge himself upon Spider-Man, so he gives Spidey cosmic powers. Now with Spider-Phoenix, our hero must team with Captain Britain to get to the bottom of Arcade's twisted scheme. Mary Jane, believed to be lost, is finally reunited with Spidey. Or was this the plan all along? Mary Jane's kidnapper is somehow linked to Spider-Man and knows his every move. Could Mary Jane simply be bait to lure a spider? Okay, so this is Volume 2, number 29. And this is number 13. So that went on for a long time. That went on for a long time. These things didn't come out weekly. Like, (13 to 29). Shit, that's 16 issues. The issue marks addition of new writer J. Michael Straczynski. A new plot begins to unfold when Peter meets a man named Ezekiel who has frighteningly similar powers and knows his identity as Spider-Man. Peter also visits his high school, and ancient evil begins its hunt for our arachnid hero. I didn't realize that started so long ago. I thought that was a 2005 thing. First of a 3-part story. After a long absence, Electro resurfaces again to cause trouble. Plagued by feelings of insignificance. Yeah, I know, it's bad. That's why I really do appreciate alternate takes on things, because they don't do that so much. It's a whole thing. Electro decides to show the world, and particularly Spider-Man, exactly what he can do. Electro begins his mad bid to prove himself amongst the supervillain ranks. Number 44, Lizard comes to New York, relocating to the University. Peter attends. It's only a matter of time before the two run into each other. Spidey is forced to leave the skyscrapers behind as he seeks out the Lizard's lair deep within the city's sewer system. First appearance of the Shocker. With his vibro-shock units and vibrational body suit, Shocker easily bests our hero in the first meeting. Spidey, outgunned and hurt, will have to come up with something very clever to defeat this formidable opponent. In this issue, Spider-Man devises a rubber suit to take on Electro. Not too pretty, but it does the trick, and our hero comes out clean. This issue is one great fight between these two superpowered enemies, but will brains win out over raw power in the end? This issue, Spider-Man goes up against new, more powerful Shocker. The Shocker has been hired to eliminate Paul Stacy, Gwen Stacy's cousin. Protecting him proves tricky for old Webhead, as Paul blames Spider-Man for her demise and doesn't want his help. I forgot that Paul exists. Spidey in the negative zone. Spider-Man jumps through the vortex into the negative zone to save the lives of 3 kids. While there, the colors on his costume invert, and we have the negative zone version of Spidey. Spidey also fights Blastar and has his first run in with the Dusk costume. Hey, Dusk. Identity crisis. Spider-Man, once again wanted criminal, must continue to use his different identities. He and Mary Jane created to fight crime. In this issue, he's the Dusk costume, and teams up with the Trapster to get him to turn himself in and clear Spider-Man's name. Web of Spider-Man, number 100. 100th issue, and the birth of the Spider Armor. Though it is destroyed by the end of the issue, it proves fairly useful and is granted immortality by its inclusion in both Spider-Man games. Very useful indeed. 30 years of X-Men. First full appearance of the villain, Hammerhead. Hammerhead was saved after a severe beating by having an adamantium plate surgically inserted in his head by Dr. Jonas Harrow. Having just seen a movie on Al Capone, Hammerhead styled his own gang after the 1930s mob scene and became a force in the New York underground. In this issue, Spidey must battle both Electro and the Shocker, as the evil pair team up to take the web swinger down. Barely making it through alive, our hero bests them both with a little ingenuity and a lot of fist swinging. So many Spider-Man titles. In this issue, Spider-Man teams up with the X-Men. Spider-Man has had a long-standing friendship with the band of merry mutants, frequently help each other out. In this 3-part story, they team up to battle Professor Power. Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2, 2001 Annual. Ending one of the most pivotal storylines in Spidey's history, Mary Jane is back from the supposed dead and realizing she can't compete with Peter's alter ego, suggests a separation. This issue is also the last issue written by Howard Mackey, who's been writing Spider-Man comics since Spider-Man 44, way back in 1994. This is also the same image that was used for the cover of Spider-Man 1. In this issue, both Sandman and Hydra Man team up to attack Spider-Man. Ensuing the battle, the two villains get all mixed together and become a mud monster. Shaken by the experience, Sandman vows to go straight and tries to give up his life of crime. Peter and Mary Jane finally get married. After a brief fight with Electro, Peter heads to the Bugle to sell his new picks and finds a party in his honor. As the date draws nearer, both Peter and MJ start having their doubts, and MJ's ex isn't helping. In the end, though, they both go through with it and take off to Paris for their honeymoon. I do have the wedding album. It features all of the stories leading up to this. It features the story. It features this story. It features the honeymoon. It's fun. Features an alternate. It features a what if, where Peter decides not to marry her because it's too dangerous, and then becomes Spider-Man basically full time, and then ends up marrying Black Cat, but Black Cat actually gets herself killed. She impulsively goes to brag to Mary Jane that Spider-Man picked her, and in doing so, someone puts together that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, comes after MJ. It's a whole thing. But Black Cat dies, like, preventing someone else from dying. I can't remember if she saves Peter or if she saves Mary Jane, but it's a whole thing. Features a special cover with Peter and the rest of the actual wedding party on it. Yeah, it's a fun alternate cover. This issue, Mary Jane announces there's a Spidey Jr. on the way, complete with radioactive blood. What will Spider-Dad do once the baby comes? I'm just sad that ultimately, like, there was a miscarriage or whatever. I've heard the miscarriage was retconned as, like, oh, the pregnancy was never real or something, but I don't like that. But I also don't like, it's like, it's like just to keep the characters from being too, quote-unquote, aged. But, as an alternative, we did get the Spider-Girl comics, so there's that. In this issue, Peter is again forced to masquerade as Prodigy, due to the $5 million price on Spider-Man's head. In the ensuing fight with Conundrum and Jack-O-Lantern, our intrepid hero manages to plant some evidence that helps clear Spider-Man's name, much to the chagrin of Norman Osborn. Jack-O-Lantern is a guy who just dresses like the Goblin, except with a pumpkin head. It's weird. This issue, the mighty Thor, fabled son of Asgard, joined Spider-Man in a battle against extra-dimensional demons bent on destruction. Against this never-ending horde, can the Web-Slinger and the God of Thunder possibly prevail? Yeah, probably. The rebirth of Electro. After Light the Night, Electro has devised a scheme to regain his lost powers. With the help of the villain Delilah and the crime lord The Rose, he straps himself into an electric chair. When the switch is pulled, Electros are born. Grim. The climax of Spider-Man's battle with the new and improved Electro, and the appearance of the new insulated spider suit. This issue also guest stars X-Man. This is it. Spidey goes normal. If great power equals great responsibility, does no power mean no responsibility? Not for our hero, it doesn't. Thankfully, the Black Cat is around to lend a hand, or Spidey would be in way over his head. Or is he already? Here's the thing. If Spider-Man loses his powers, he's still got all the muscle he's built up as, like, by being Spider-Man. All the athleticism, he still has all that. He just doesn't have his powers anymore. So now he's at least a pretty strong, fit dude. He just doesn't have spider powers, and it's way more dangerous. Without his powers, Spider-Man could basically be Nightwing. You know? With all of the instincts and physique that he's picked up. Let's check out some more cover art. Or whatever. This looks like the chibi version of that other thing. It is! It's all chibi. Interesting, interesting. I'm guessing you get the chibi ones for finishing it on kid mode. Alright, well, that finishes this friggin' game. we never have to play it again. So, yeah. Alright, well, the next thing we stream will be the movie game. Depending on how things shake out, maybe I'll start that tonight. Who knows? But I'll catch you all next time.